Hi everyone, this is Shri Vidya. Welcome to my channel on Shri.Vaishnavism. Today we'll be talking about Shri Varadaraja Perumal temple, in Shri.Kancheepuram, which was built by Pallava king Nandivarman II, and then it was expanded by the Chola kings who built the existing, now what do you see, the structure in around 1053 AD. And then the other kings like Kulotunga Chola I and Vikrama Chola, they further expanded the temple. So then once the Mughals were there, it lost its kind of I would not say glamour, it lost its charm, they invaded our country. Then the temple initial construction was built by, like I said, Pallava king Nandivarman II, which was rebuilt and expanded by the Chola kings in 1053 AD. And what happened further was including the Kulotunga Chola I and Vikrama Chola. And then it was further expanded by other dynasties which were taking over the centuries and trying to make the temple more charmful. And then there was around 1688 back in, there was the Mughal invasion. So the main idol was moved for its safety and returned with difficulty in 1710. And in 1532, Achyutaraya, he corrected an unequal distribution of land in the temple prominence that was during the Vijayanagara period. So you must be thinking, what is this Varadaraja Swami Kancheepuram temple? What is this talk about? And who is this Varadaraja Swami? So basically, this temple is like 3 kilometers from the Kancheepuram bus stand, and it's a very ancient temple, Devaraja Swami temple. Also, it is called Devaraja Swami temple. Once you talk about Devaraja Swami temple, in my my father's father, grandpa's dream, he had a big temple, a land. Grandpa had a very huge land. God came in his dream and he said, I am here. You dig me, you take me out from this place in your house. So what my grandpa did, next day he got up and he was a staunch devotee of Devaraja Perumal, Kancheepuram Varadaraja Perumal. So he started digging in the place that came in his dream, in the house, in the land where the house was built. Like I said, it was a huge land, and what happened is he found, what we call the idols of Lord Devaraja Perumal, and Perundevi Mahalakshmi's idol. And so he took that out and he gave the entire land to the temple, devoted it to the temple, and he built a temple which is still existing. It still exists and we go there on regular basis. And this temple is dedicated to its Lord Vishnu. And they're now talking about coming back to the Varadaraja Perumal temple. This temple is Lord Vishnu's temple. And it's like they'll say there is 108 Divya Deshyams, where if everybody goes, they will get moksha. They'll be straight away reaching God's eternal to heaven. But the 1008 cannot be reached, that is heaven in itself. But to go to any temple, one has to have the, God has to call, one has to have the blessings of the God to go to the temple. Only then we will get that in mind. Okay, today I think 21 times in a day, or I would say even 108 times or 208 times that I have to go to Shri Parthasarathi temple. And God believe I'm not able to go. But suddenly, sometime I feel like I'm going, I try to get inside my car, I just get on to Shri Parthasarathi temple. Like that, the God has to call you, only then we can reach the shrine of the god. So this is among the fourth, it ranks among the fourth among the Divya Desams. So there are total of 108 temples dedicated to Lord Vishnu. So those are visited by 12 poet saints. Poet saints in the sense, Alvars, who have dedicated their life to Shri Krishna, Mahavishnu. For them, that means nothing. Me, nothing. So for me, everything is God. They surrendered everything of mine to God. There is nothing. Even it might be little pencil, little pen. It might be a big car. It might be big house. Nothing mine. Me itself is, I belong to God. I belong to Krishna. I belong to Shri Krishna. There is nothing in me that belongs to me because I myself belong to Shri Krishna. That is the complete surrender one does to the God. So among the 108 temples, this ranks the fourth and very most sacred shrine of Mahavishnu in the Vaishnava practice. One is the Srirangam, another is Tirumala. Tirumala, Tirupati, Srirangam is another. This is another temple. So where Ramanuja, the great saint, had gone and and then many Vaishnava poets have been there, Alvars, they say, saints have been there to this sacred places where they really have seen God. If I have seen somebody, I can say I have seen them. Seeing a thing is different than knowing a thing. I can say anything, I have seen him. When I see him, I come to know a lot of things. When I know somebody, I can talk about that somebody. Knowing somebody has told me this, I know it is like this, like this. But when I see them, I will know what exactly, what they like, what they don't like. Like this, God has been seen by many saints over in these places. So this has got like 350 inscriptions on the temple from variety of dynasties. For this, my eldest uncle was he was heading the archaeological department of India. Now he is retired. My eldest uncle. So anything like to read the inscriptions, there are 350 inscriptions in the Varadaraja Perumal temple. But you have to be very slow when you go there. Don't think about the time. Don't think about the world. Don't think about your worries. Don't think about the wishes you have. Think about one you, the other God. Shri.Varadaraja Perumal. Only two. That is all. When you think a Jivatma and a Paramatma becoming one in the temple, surrendering everything of yours to Shri.Kancheepuram Varadaraja Perumal. That is how it is. My dad was a staunch devotee of Shri.Kancheepuram Varadaraja Perumal. So, like I said, originally it was constructed by Pallava king Nandivarman II. Then Cholas took it over in 1053. Then it got expanded. Many kings came in the 14th century. They tried to expand the temple walls and Gopura. And then, like I said before, then 1710, then 1688, there was an invasion of Mughal, where the deity was hidden and then was returned with considerable difficulty in 1710. Then one might have heard about Robert Clive. He was a British general in the colonial era. He attended the Garuda Seva festival and gifted a valuable necklace. Even now during ceremonial celebrations, God does wear it. So now it is managed under the temple's administration. So I have seen many Muslims and Christians coming into Vaishnavism. I know many Muslim friends who have become strong Vaishnavist devotees of Krishna, who regularly visit, ISKCON temples and who regularly are a great devotee of Shri Krishna. Krishna does not see casteism. He says you surrender yourself completely to God. There is nothing, a Jivatma and a Paramatma, that's all. So if you go back to the legend, Lord Brahma once conducted a yajna at the location for purification along with his consort Gayatri and Savitri and disregarding Goddess Saraswati. So she got angry, and Goddess Saraswati, she attempted to flood the entire area with very high tides in the in the form of Vegavati. It is a river, actually, very fast moving river. So in response to then when Lord Brahma pleaded, Mahavishnu, he mitigated the flood waters. So when Brahma completed the yajna, Lord Vishnu emerged from the sacrificial fire. And when we talk about Vishnu, lot of vibrant lights keep coming out from Vishnu. Lord is very bright, actually. It's so bright that one will go blind, not blind, one could not see God, but only the radiating brilliance. It's like millions of sun rising at the same time. Then Iravat, the celestial elephant of God Indra, is served as a mount for Lord Varadaraja Swami. So the temple got situated on a rock shaped like an elephant, known as Astigiri. So, and this is the history of the Shri Varadaraja Swami temple. Another story is the disciples of sage Gautama were cursed to become lizards. Then they inhabited the temple till they got liberated from the curse with the grace of Mahavishnu. And within the temple there exists a panel where you will find like 2 lizards on the ceiling. So it's believed that those who see the lizards, any sins by killing the lizard or hurting the lizard, any sin they get will be washed from there. So with the time constraint, I'm going to end up this video today. So let the blessing of Lord Shri Varadaraja Perumal, who is Lord Shri Krishna, be on all of us. God bless and thank you.